All of us want to be happier people. We wish that we could become more positive. Most of us don't realize just how important this is. Did you know that negative thinking has been linked to higher levels of stress, weakened immune systems, and higher risk for heart-related problems? And that's just the physical side of things. Imagine the stress, anxiety, and depression that comes from the mental side of negative thinking. Maybe that's why you clicked on this video in the first place. In fact, Lisa R. Yannick, a researcher from Johns Hopkins, found that both individuals who had a family history putting them at risk for coronary artery disease and individuals from the general population were 13% less likely to have a heart attack or other coronary event if they were positive thinking people. Those are physical results tied directly to positive thinking. If you want to know how to auto-boost your positivity, watch this video to the end and leave a like and comment so I can continue creating helpful content for all of you. Let's get into it. Our brains are hardwired to see things in black and white. It's either good or it isn't. There is no in-between. Have you ever woken up in the morning and everything just seemed to go wrong that day? First you missed your alarm, then you don't get a good breakfast in, then you hit every red light. Most of us call this waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Some things may not have even been that bad, but you chose to view the world through a negative lens, so everything seemed negative. Now, think of a time when you got up on the right side of the bed. Maybe you woke up with energy, had a good breakfast, and felt that you were going to nail your big assignment for that day. You were viewing the world through a positive lens. This is a unique phenomenon. The same brain is seeing the exact same activities. It just chooses to view the world either through a negative lens or a positive lens. If we want to become more positive people, we need to realize that we have the power to choose how we see the world. We get to choose if we see the world negatively or positively. I hope that if you're watching this video, you want to choose to see the world more positive. Okay, so that's the first step. We get to choose to see the world positively. But that's easier said than done, right? Well, the second tip to boost your positivity is to help you with that. The second tip is to start meditating. You don't have to be religious to do this. In fact, there's a form of meditation known as mindfulness meditation. And the part that's relevant to boosting our positivity is its focus on paying close attention to thoughts as they arise in our consciousness. If you haven't tried mindfulness meditation before, try it after watching this video. Find a spot where you can be alone, preferably a peaceful spot where others won't bother you. Sit down in a comfortable position and try to focus on your breathing. Try not to think about anything else. As you try to do this, you will soon realize just how difficult it is. If anyone tells you it's easy, they're most likely lying, unless it's someone who's already an experienced meditator. Notice how you have little control over your thoughts. They rise and disappear without us controlling them. The important part is not to stop yourself from thinking, but to notice a thought when it arises and simply let it go. Practice doing this and you will soon learn to have more control over your thoughts. Now, even when you are not meditating, you will have an easier time letting go of negative thoughts when they arise in your consciousness. Recognize that negative thoughts do not help you. They are unproductive and only hurt you. Make the conscious decision to let them go. Now that we understand how to let go of negative thoughts, let's talk about the third step. The third step is developing positive thoughts. Most of the time, we struggle to find and keep positive thoughts because we are unable to think about the good things that we have. We often feel down on our luck or become depressed, spiteful, or envious of what others have. I want to suggest to you that this problem is simpler to solve than you think. Let me share a story given by Buddhist master Cheng about finding positivity. She recounts there was once a man who was very poor and decided to visit Jeddah Grove, where the Buddha and his followers were practicing. The man found a monk in the grove and prostrated himself on the ground before the monk and asked the man if he could be taken to the Buddha. He had a very important question to ask him. The monk, seeing the eagerness of the poor man, took him directly to see the Buddha. The man said, "I know that in order to reap blessings, I must first sow them. And in order to reap the blessings of richness, I must first sow the blessings of richness. However, I am a very poor man and have nothing to give to others. How am I supposed to give to others when I have no riches nor possessions?" The poor man here is like us. We are stuck viewing the world through a negative lens. We feel that we are unable to improve our lives because we are not rich and possess nothing of value. Listen to the Buddha's response. He smiled at the man and said, "You don't need to be rich to give. Giving doesn't require money. Even in poverty with no material possessions to your name, you can still give. Let me teach you 7 ways you can give without needing any money at all. The first way you can give is to smile. When you see people, be amiable and smile. Don't bemoan your fate and wail about being poor and miserable. Life is hard for you, but when you complain, you are negative and bitter, and people will keep away from you because your attitude makes you unpleasant to be around. So don't do that. When you see people, be friendly, warm, and amiable. That is the first way you can give. Secondly, when you see people, always say nice things to them. No matter what they say to you, don't say anything unkind. Always say good things about others, both in front of them and when they are not around to hear you. Speaking kindly and positively is another way you can give. Thirdly, keep a good, kind, and charitable heart. Don't think negatively of the people you encounter. Instead, you should see everyone as a good, decent person who is nice and approachable. Also, remember that you are a good, decent person too. So be friendly in reaching out to other people. That is another way you can give. Fourthly, you can give with your sight. If you encounter people who have poor eyesight, you can help point out the way to them and guide them in the right direction. With your healthy eyes, you can be of help to people who cannot see well. Fifthly, you can give your labor and physical strength. There are some people who are not so healthy and strong, so they cannot take on physically taxing work. When you see them needing help, be it moving something heavy or doing physically demanding work, you can go and help them or even do it for them. This is a kind of giving also. The next way you can give is to show people respect. We need to have respect towards all people. The elderly deserve our respect. But we should also treat people of other ages respectfully and courteously. This is the giving of respect. Lastly, you can give by offering people your love and care, such as by supporting and helping children and people who are poor or physically impaired. Living in this world, we should have love toward all people and even toward all living creatures. The Buddha's words here are very wise. He teaches the man that he is in possession of many great things. Money is only one form of giving. There are 7 other ways in which we are also capable of giving. In our lives, we need to realize that when we are feeling poor or unlucky, we are only poor in our minds, not in our bodies or our capabilities. As long as we have thoughts, we can compassionately give our thoughts to others. If we want to become positive, giving to others can help us learn just how rich we are. Thanks for watching. If you liked today's video and want to continue learning about focusing your mind, subscribe below and check out more of my videos.